Okay. We are recording the session just for those parents that are unable to make it to the session. So please bear with us. Thank you everybody for joining us. I'm sure we'll have more people trickle in throughout the meeting. But my name is Adriana Chavarria, and I spoke to several of you on the phone. So thank you very much for coming and making it here today. No worries, and Zoom is full of technical difficulties, so bear with us. And again, if you could please mute yourself. You're not muted to make everybody, yes, thank you. So it's easier for everybody to hear. And then I have Ms. Hernandez, who is here with me in the meeting. She helps run the sessions and run the program. And so we're very happy to have everybody here. If you have a question at any time while I'm sharing the screen, I won't be able to see you, but please just unmute yourself, or you can type it in the chat and Ms. Hernandez will let us know that we have a question. So we'll go ahead and okay. So thank you once again. This is our informational meeting. So if you are here, congratulations, because your daughter was recommended by her counselor because she's doing very well in school academically, and she has shown a passion for school, which is the type of student that we're looking at and looking for here at the Loretto Academy Challenge program. So Ms. Hernandez, if you want to share a little bit about Loretto.
Sure. So in 2023, Loretto is going to be 100 years old. So it's a beautiful campus that sits central El Paso. It's on the corner of Trowbridge and Hardaway, in case you're not familiar with it. And the campus is large. Don't let that scare you. The middle school, if your girl receives the scholarship, she'll start in the middle school, which is on the 3rd floor. So we have a middle school and a high school. And then also part of the campus, there is an elementary school. So that's why it seems so large and spread out. And at one time, there were nuns living on the campus as well, but no longer. So it is an all-girls school beginning at the 6th grade level through high school. And it is a college prep school. And so being a college prep school, it has rigorous schoolwork and homework. So parents and students, depending on how much homework you're used to, it may be a lot more. So just know, because we're getting you ready for college. Our mission is one of faith, service, and community, and justice. That's the core values of Loretto, and that's how we serve the students, the parents, and what we expect, our expectations of the students once they're on campus, is to live by these core values. It is, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Catholic environment, but you do not have to be Catholic to attend Loretto. There are many who attend Loretto who are not Catholic. Okay, and as your students go through school, please know that they do receive religious, actually they'll go through religion classes all 7 years. They'll have religion classes all 7 years. It's not to convert your daughter. It's just to have that understanding and respect of all religions. And it is Catholic based. And they will be going to Mass. They will be going to a Catholic Mass. And usually, and that varies. For middle school, they try to go twice a month. For high school, they go at least once a month. Ms. Chavarria? And you'll see here, ladies, so this is a little bit of Loretto life, and ladies and gentlemen, this is in science class with the science teacher. We try to make it very interactive and fun for you while you're learning. And then also,
if you could please mute yourselves. Thank you.
Also, there is a garden. So we're very proud as a middle school to have started the garden in the back of the school, and middle school actually maintains it throughout the school year, and it's part of the curriculum with religion and social studies and math. So you'll go out to the garden and plant and grow and eat the goods that comes from the garden. As a program, Loretto Challenge program, we get to go on trips. So we've been to, you'll see there, she is now a sophomore in high school. But you see Catherine, when we visited the Air and Space Museum in Alamogordo, and then we also worked out in the community in a different community garden that's in the El Paso area.
So that's a little bit about what Loretto Academy can offer you. We have clubs, we have sports for the girls to participate in. So what can Challenge offer you? So we are a program within Loretto, and we help support students that are on full scholarship. So our mission really is to introduce ladies to higher education. We want them to go to college. We want them to be successful in college, and we want them to be able to come back and help their families and their communities. And that's really the mission of the program. We offer 4 scholarships a year. So each year we accept 4 new students into the program for a 7-year scholarship. So your daughters right now are in 4th grade. This is a lengthy process. So, if you and your daughter choose to go forward with this process, please know that it will be, it is a long process. So please prepare your daughters to be patient. We know it's hard, but we want to make the best decision possible for the students and for our school. It's a 7-year commitment. It's a full scholarship. And so what that means is that we pay all of the tuition. To attend Loretto is a little bit over $8,000 a year. And so the program pays that tuition. We pay the fees associated with that. If your daughter wants to participate in sports, we pay those fees. So it comes out to over $110,000 value. We also offer tutoring. So although our students are academically gifted, I'm sorry, we're admitting some parents to the meeting. Although our students are academically gifted, we also know that they're in very difficult classes. And so we offer tutoring to help them through that process, to support them so they can do their best. Sorry, muting some of these. One moment, let me mute everybody. Okay, there we go. And we also offer a mentor program. So we will connect your daughter to a mentor in the community. So it will be a woman in the community who is involved in the community and can help take your daughter out to events, to trips, or just to get coffees. It's just somebody else to help support you, your daughter, and to help us support her through her 7 years at Loretto and hopefully further beyond into college and her career. We have summer enrichment. So our students 6th through 8th grade do come to Loretto during the summer for about a month. We have enrichment classes, math, reading, writing, and then we also do some fun activities such as yoga, swimming. We do exercise classes. We go on field trips out into the community. So it's really a time for us to bond as a program within Loretto. And then we have year-round enrichment programs. So we'll have speakers come in and talk to the girls. We send messages about local programs that we're willing to sponsor your child's scholarship opportunities and things like that. So our goal really as a program is to help your child do well in school. So we're just supporting you and your family while you're at Loretto. And speaking of our mentor program, these are some of our mentors and their students. We have on the left, we have Jessica Becerra, and she is currently a student at Notre Dame. She is planning to go to medical school. And so that is her mentor, Connie. We have Elizabeth with her mentor, Yvonne. Elizabeth at the top is also in college, and she's attending Claremont McKenna and studying environmental science. And then we have at the bottom, Cassie and her mentor, and Cassie's currently attending UTEP and working. So these are some of our students who had great relationships with their mentors. They were able to participate in challenge events and go and have coffee or grab some dinner and just talk about school and their friends and just have somebody else to share their experiences with. And these are some more. You've seen Elizabeth and her mentor, but she's currently at Claremont McKenna. And also we have Priscilla Gonzalez. She's attending Texas State currently. So she'll be starting her sophomore year soon, and she's majoring in economics. Ms. Hernandez? I think you're.
Thank you, Ms. Chaviria. Okay, so who should apply? So students, this is who we're looking for. You must have high grades. Um, and you must really enjoy school. Like you want education in your life, right? And you have above average test scores. Now that you heard about Loretto, you've seen Loretto, and maybe you already knew about Loretto, you have dreams of coming to Loretto because you know that you are college bound. You know, maybe this is the first time that anyone in the family is going to college, and you want to be that first one to go in your family to graduate from college. This is for you. This is going to be you're going to use Loretto as a tool to get yourself into college, and that you're willing to complete, students, all the steps to this application process, because it's long, right? But you're willing to hang in there because you want this and you want to try for this scholarship. Family. Are you the right family for this program and to apply for this scholarship? So you must have education as a priority. As much as it's that your student wants it, you want it for her, right? And that you're willing to support your daughter and Loretto and the challenge programs, academics and financial requirements. You support your daughter's desire to go to college. You're just as ambitious for that goal as she is. And also remember that this is need-based. So the average income of your family, the average income of the family of your combined income is $35,000 or less. So, and if you're wavering just a little bit over that or a little bit under that, remember we do take into account the family size and how many siblings, and we know that your family may be multi-generational, so you're taking care of several generations in your family. We take all of that into consideration as well. Ms. Chavarria?
This is Alexa Marquez. She's also a graduate from Loretto and the Challenge program. She was with us for the 7 years. She graduated from Texas Tech, and she just graduated this May with her master's in strategic public relations from George Washington University. She's currently living in Washington, D.C. and working for the House of Representatives. So we're very proud of Alexa. So the role of the family. So after this meeting and you go back and you talk with your child and you talk as a family, if you are willing to go through the application process, here are some of the things that you might want to consider. It is a commitment for 7 years. If you're applying for this scholarship and you are awarded the scholarship, you are taking one of the positions. We usually do not fill that scholarship position if somebody is removed from the program or is unable to continue. And so you've taken somebody's spot that could have graduated from Loretto. So we ask you to make that commitment of 7 years and really beyond. You're committed to graduating from Loretto and you're committed to going to college is really important for us, and supporting your child as they make the decision to go to college. Middle school years are tough in general, no matter where you're going to school. It's a tough age, but I think it's particularly difficult, we have found, for some of our students at Loretto, because it is a smaller community, it's an all-girls school, or they see their friends are going to a public school and maybe aren't working as being challenged as much as they are. So it is a little bit of a difficult year, but we have found that once they make it through middle school, they really thrive in high school. Stay on top of grades, much like you would. And as you have, if your child is doing well now, you've done a great job of staying on top of their grades and being supportive of them. So we ask you to continue doing that if you come to Loretto, and we will do that as well. We check grades, we talk to teachers, and we help communicate between the family and the school just to make sure that the student's staying on track. Be supportive of your child and the amount of study involved. Your child will have a good amount of homework on the weekdays and on the weekends. And sometimes we know we like to get together as family, or we like to go have dinner after school, and your child may not be able to partake in all of those activities because they have schoolwork. And it's important that you help communicate to your child that this is something that they're investing in their future, and that this is important, and that you as a family are supportive of their studies. The only financial commitment that you and your family have are the $200 in raffle tickets that each family at Loretto, no matter if they receive scholarship, if they are on work study, every family that comes to Loretto has to sell, they ask them to sell $200 worth of raffle tickets a year. So we have some families that will sell the $200 of raffle tickets. So it's of no charge to them. They just need to sell them. We have some families that save $20 a month. And so then when the $200 is due, they pay the $200 and they keep all of the raffle tickets. There's some great prizes. There's gift cards. There's $1,000 in money. We just had one of our families win the $1,000. And so some of our families choose to do that. You're also responsible for lunch. We do not have a free lunch program on campus. And so you can purchase lunch from our cafeteria, or you can feel free to bring your own lunch. Many of our students, many of Loretto's students bring their own lunch. They usually in normal times when it isn't COVID, they have microwaves available for students to use to warm up their lunch. And transportation to and from school. We do not have transportation, but some of our families carpool. Some of our families take the bus, and some of them, if you're in walking distance, you're able to do that. I know we have some of our families from Hillside who would be able to walk to Loretto. And here we have Stephanie Morales on the left, who was participating in science fair, and she actually just graduated this year, and she'll be attending UT Austin's PACE program. So she will spend 1 year at UT Arlington and then transfer to UT Austin to graduate. And then we have Andrea in the black. She is currently attending Occidental College in California, located outside of Los Angeles. And then we have Connie Ramirez, who is studying computer science here at UTEP and doing very well. She just received an internship at White Sands Missile Range, so she's very excited about that. Ms. Hernandez?
Sure. So why are Miss Chavaria and I part of the program? Why do we exist? Well, we exist because we're here to support you. We're your liaisons to the school. We're your liaisons to the community, both for you as a student and for you as a family. And we're just facilitators of the program, right? We try to support you and mentor you through your academics. And we also are administrators of the program. So we oversee the program. We're responsible. So we help. You're first in making sure you're getting the work done, but we follow up. There's many times, as you see listed, that you're participating in athletics, and there's athletic fees. So then we're able to pay for those athletic fees. That's part of the scholarship. And also, once you get into high school, there's other fees, or you may be involved in robotics from middle school and high school, or there could be some, once you start testing, there's AP testing when you're in high school, or there's college preparation exams that need to be paid for. So all of that, as administrators of the program, we walk with you through your years of Loretto, try to help get things paid that are part of the scholarship. And if they're not, then, and you need assistance, then we work together to see how we can get things paid for. And then we're always looking for programs to help enrich your academics, maybe outside of school, that you're able to participate in. So we help connect you to that as well. So that's what we do, and that's why we're here. And we also identify those women in the community that are willing to be a mentor. Because ladies, if you do receive this scholarship, part of that scholarship, as Ms. Chavarria had said earlier, is that you are matched up to a mentor in the community. So that's another piece, is walking with you and facilitating that friendship until it grows on its own, and it becomes a friendship that you'll have forever. Ms. Chavarria.
These are our students, our middle school students. We took them to New Mexico a couple of summers before COVID. We usually take one out of town trip during the summer for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade year. We haven't unfortunately been able to do that last year or this year, but we're looking forward to doing it again soon. So these students got to participate in mountain climbing, horseback riding, archery, swimming, and they had a really great time as we went out of town a couple of nights. And we pay for all of that. We handle all of those costs. We try to do it at no cost to the family. So this is just an experience for them to get out of El Paso for a little bit. Now, here's how to apply. So if you and your family, after this meeting, one moment, please, let me.
No está ayuda en la office. No. This is in the office.
All right, let me view real quick.
So I can feel like after. No, right. Oh. I was just like.
Ladies, gentlemen, if we could please remind you to, yes, to mute your phones. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm looking for it. I can't. Here we go. Got it. So if you as a family decide that this is something that you would like to move forward with, and we hope you do, it's a great opportunity. This is how you will apply. I will be emailing this information to you and your family. So if you're taking notes, or if it's a little bit overwhelming, don't worry, I'll be emailing all of this information to you so that you have it. But the first and most important part of the application process, and that gets everything started, is the application packet. This year we have an online or a paper option. So whatever you're more comfortable with, I will be sending that link via email so that if you are comfortable doing it online, you can click the link and go ahead and get the application started. If doing it via email or online is not something that you're comfortable with, we completely understand. You can just email me back, respond to that email, and say that you would like to pick up a paper packet, and we will have one available for you to pick up here at Loretto. So those are your two options, online or paper. And we do have, you will receive the email and you will receive a link. Ms. Hernandez, can you see, is it still sharing? Can everybody still see that I have gone to the application?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Thank you. So
Yes,
once you click the link, you go ahead and put your name as the parent, and you can put your email, and it'll take you to the application. Whatever you're more comfortable completing the application in, it's available in English and Spanish for the parents. So this is what you will see. And you will start the process. So you select up in this upper left-hand corner, you will be able to select the language that you would like to continue in. Most of you will select English, and then you can start the process. So it'll just take you through the application. You can, once you put the name, you can just click next and it'll take you to the next box. It's secure. We're the only ones that will have access to this application. But again, if you're more comfortable doing it on paper, please let us know and we'll provide a paper copy for you. But you proceed through the application. All the boxes that are in red are mandatory. So please complete those. If you don't have that information, for example, of a single parent household, you can just put an A or put a 0 because it will not allow you to keep going through the process without that information. So once again, if you don't have both parents' information, go ahead and put 0 or put not applicable. And as you continue through, if you do live with grandma or aunt or somebody else that is not a mother, you can go ahead and list that here. It'll let you fill it in. So you can put grandma and then grandma's name. because I know we do have some families where that they will need to know that information. So please proceed through. Again, we determine whether or not your family can afford to attend Loretto on your own. That's what we're looking for. If you're a family that could pay the $8,000 in tuition without any assistance, then this program is not the right fit for you. We're really looking for families that could not pay that $8,000 a year and are really interested in their daughter attending Loretto. So you'll continue through the application. If you keep clicking next, it'll take you to the next box so that you don't skip any. If it's in gray, it's not necessary. You can always put a 0 just so that you fill in every question. You can go ahead and type your responses in these boxes. And so that is the parent part of the application. If you click next, it'll skip right over the Spanish application. And it'll take you down to the teacher recommendation form. This is where we would like to get some recommendations. We'll be emailing your teachers so that they could fill out, or your daughter's teachers, so that they could fill out a recommendation form online. If you don't have their email address, you can go to episd.org, look up your child's school, or if the teacher has moved to another school, or your child's attending a new school, you can look up the teacher's information on episd.org. And so you can fill this out so that we can email your teacher. We also accept coaches. If your child has a coach that they would like to use as a recommender, a counselor, vice principal, principal, anybody that knows your child academically, knows their behavior in the classroom, on a team, something that you think would be relevant to us in making that decision. And then it'll take you to permission to test. This you can also select English or Spanish. And this is just allowing us, we will be administering some tests to your child on reading, writing, math. So you are giving us permission to administer those tests to your daughter. If in Spanish, you can skip over that part. And here's the student application. We ask that you have your student complete this, her own answers. There are some questions. If you need help, if she needs help typing, you may help her type, but we are asking that these are her own answers and that she's filling in this application on her own. If you're unable to finish the application at one time, you can come to finish later. You'll enter your email and save and close, and it will email a link to you so that you can complete that application at another time. Your student may need some time to think about the questions, or if they want to write it out first and then come back and type in the answers, they can do that. Again, if you would like a paper application, please feel free to contact us and request that paper application. So that is our online option for the application. I will be once again emailing that link to you so that if you do choose to proceed, you can go ahead and apply that way. Please, no missing information. The more information we have about your family, the better. Like Ms. Hernandez said, maybe you make a little bit more in income, but you're supporting other family members, or there's some extenuating circumstances that you believe we should know about. Please provide us that information. The application packet, it will need to be submitted before test day, and we'll give you those test dates on the next slide. But you will need to submit that application so that we know your daughter is applying and is interested in the program. On test day, you will need to gather documents that you will bring with you for test day. So the application must be submitted before test day. And so that is what we just went over. The parent application section, the teacher recommendation form, the permission to test, and the student application section. Those are all of the things that you can access through the link online. So those must be submitted before test day. On test day, we will be asking you to bring the following documents: a copy of your W-2s, pay stubs from 2020. If you cannot provide those things, a letter from your employer confirming your salary and place of employment will suffice. Information about any other forms of income, if you have any properties, any rental incomes, any child support, if you could please provide us with information about that income. And then please a copy of your daughter's birth certificate and social security card. For this program, we do ask that all of the students are citizens, but if your family, we are not concerned about the rest of the family. Our only concern is your daughter, and that is only because of college funding. She has more access to financial aid and funding if she is a US citizen. And so that is why we require those documents, but we are not concerned about the rest of the family. So the Loretto Academy Challenge Program is a need-based program, and we ask for these documents to verify that you qualify for the program. So before you get too far in the process, I think it's easier for both you and for the program if we know ahead of time if you qualify. I will be also emailing this information to you with the link to apply. So in case you didn't get that information, it will be emailed to you. Once you submit your online application, or once you pick up the paper application and drop it off, you will be receiving a confirmation email from us. We'll be letting you know that we have received your packet. And in that email, you will let us know which test day you will be attending. Ms. Hernandez?
And so then those test days, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be, so first, let's talk about the test day. What is the test day like? Don't get nervous. It's only an hour test, and it's about reading comprehension. And you have a choice of test days. It's going to be right after school is done, right? We give you a day break, and then you'll come over to Loretto either on Thursday, June 17th, or Friday, June 18th. Mom and or dad, we made it early in the morning so that hopefully you can get her there. We'll be there from 7:30 on. The test will begin at 8, and then she'll be done by 9. Okay, and please remember to bring the documents that we have requested. And also to have your application done, as Ms. Chavarria talked about, online, and then the additional documents that we requested. Or if you did the application, a paper application, make sure to bring that paper application with you along with the documents that morning on June 17th or the 18th. And what will happen is Ms. Chavarria will be sending you a confirmation that we received. And sorry, so I'm going to make a correction, and I apologize. But if you are doing a paper application, you do have to get that to us as soon as possible so we have time to review it. And then we will send you the link so that you can let us know and which day you are going to come to test. And so if you've done the online application, you will receive the same email, and it will be a form where you can complete and let us know whether you're coming to test on Thursday or on Friday.
Thank you. So once again, the application, you can do it online or you can do it on paper. And then once you submit that, you let us know which day you'll be coming for test day, and you bring those additional documents with you on test day. And these are just some save the dates. So the next step in the process would be for you as a family to decide that you are going to move forward with the application process. You will submit your application. You will bring those documents with you to test day. If you do well on your test and your packet is complete and you fit all of the requirements that we are looking for in a student and a family, you will be invited to attend Angel Week. And that Angel Week is Tuesday, July 6th through Tuesday, July 13th, not including the weekends. So you do have that weekend off from 8:15 to 12:25 p.m. And so Angel Week gives the child the opportunity, your student gives you time to come to Loretto we work with the students in a classroom. And so the student gets to experience a little bit of Loretto, get to know their peers. And then it allows us to see your child in a classroom environment and get to know your child a little bit better. Because we do have a student interview that comes later on in the process, but we do want to see how we do know that some students are a little bit more reserved. Some students, it's harder for you to open up in an interview. And so this Angel Week gives us the opportunity to know those kinds of students a little bit better before making a decision. So if you do well on the application, you do well on the reading comprehension test, then once again, you'll be invited to attend Angel Week. And then just so you know, later on in the process, there will be a parent interview. We invite the parent to Loretto so that you can ask some questions and we can get to know you a little bit better one-on-one. And then there will be a home visit along with the student interview later on, but that is much later on in the process, but just so you have an idea. And those are all the steps of our application process, and all of this information helps us in making a decision because it is a tough decision. We do have many strong candidates and we only have 4 scholarships. So we try to gather as much information as possible before we need to make a selection. So this is our contact information. I know that most of you have my email and you have my extension, but this is also Ms. Hernandez's information. She has the same number, but her extension is 1300, and she is copied on the emails that you received with the Zoom link, and she'll be copied on the email that you receive later on this week with the application link and information. I'll also be including this presentation so that if you have any questions, you can refer back to this presentation. And I'll be including the documents that you need to bring with you on test day along with the test dates. So that is our presentation about Loretto and the challenge program. I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen so that we can take any questions that you all might have for us. I know it was a lot of information, but if you have any questions about the program, about challenge, about Loretto, please feel free to ask us. You can just go ahead and unmute yourselves. And please, a friendly reminder, if you haven't already, if you can put your daughter's name into the chat so that we know if you were able to make it. Any questions about the application process, about Loretto? Girls, if there's some of the girls in here, if they have any questions about Loretto. We do have uniforms. We have uniforms in the middle and high school. We do provide a stipend going into 6th grade. We provide a stipend so that you can purchase your new uniforms. And then we provide another stipend in 9th grade because you change uniforms when you go to the high school. And so we try to help families with that cost. Loretto also has a used uniform store that all the families use. You can bring your skirts because we know that the students grow very quickly. And so it's hard to keep up with them as they're growing. And so you can bring old skirts that are still in good condition, exchange them for a bigger size, and help another family at Loretto. Most of our uniforms can be purchased at Dennis. Dennis Uniform is where most of the uniforms can be purchased from. Any other questions? Any information, Ms. Hernandez, that you'd like to add?
So there haven't been any questions on the chat. And you've done a great job, Ms. Chavarria. I really appreciate all the thorough information that you've shared. Ladies, oh wait, we have a question. By when will we know the decision? So I can take that, Ms. Chavarria, if that's okay. So again, as Ms. Chavarria mentioned, it is a long process. And because it isn't, so the girls that receive the scholarship will we will announce by the end of the year. So it does take about 6 months to get through the process, most of the time. And so she'll definitely know before she's entering her 6th grade year. But traditionally we have tried to announce and finalize by November or December so it would be November, December of 2021. For Angel Week, do we participate with our daughters, or are they to be on campus for the week independently? So they're going to be independent. So this is a time for them to get to know us, to get to know the program, and especially to get to know Loretto. And then also for us to get to know them. So they do have to work independently from you all. All right. Okay. But that's a great question. Thank you. We will have time to spend together as we go through the process. We do have, as Ms. Chavarria mentioned, there is a parent interview, so you can definitely ask us more questions. And at any time, please know that we do have an open door policy. Just ask away.
Yes, and your daughter we will try to let you know as soon as possible if your daughter is invited to Angel Week, because we do know that some of us have vacation plans or family in town. And so we'll try to let you know as soon as possible after she takes the test in June, whether or not she will be asked to stay for Angel Week. So that you will know relatively soon after she completes the process. And that's why we're asking for the applications beforehand, so that we can already start going through them and get you an answer as soon as possible. Any other questions? If you're unable to have access to making a copy of your documents, please just bring the originals and we'll make copies on test day for you and get the originals back to you. Any other?
Ladies, I want to make sure that we have captured everyone. And just because I still see a couple of parent names, so I just want to make sure. Does everybody have their student name up there?
No, they've put them in the chat.
I've caught those. Yes, thank you. I've got most. Okay, I guess I do have most of them. Thank you.
Any other questions for us? We will be having a presentation tomorrow in Spanish. And so if you want the information, it'll be the same presentation, but in Spanish. But if you want the information again, or if you've thought of a question and want to attend, please feel free. You have the Zoom link in the email. If there's a question or a situation, if you want to speak to us about your personal situation and you're not sure if it fits, please feel free to call us. We can speak one-on-one, or if you'd like to meet and schedule a Zoom. I know I had spoken to some parents about a one-on-one Zoom. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are more than willing to meet with you one-on-one via phone call or a Zoom, whatever works for you. All right. Any other questions before we head out? Well, if you don't have any questions, you're free to go. Please stay in touch. And please check your emails. Check your emails for that link that will go out later this week on Thursday. I will be sending that information on Thursday. So if you don't receive it by Thursday, please give me a call. And thank you so much. We're so grateful to all of you for coming, and congratulations to you and your daughters, because you're doing very well. And so keep up that great work. If you'd like to hang back, if you have a question for us, please feel free to do so. But otherwise, thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. God bless.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Thank you. Sorry. Bye, Juliana. Are you still there?
No, she's gone.
She's gone. Okay. We had two Julianas. Sorry.
No, what happened? Why'd you say sorry?
Because I was like, ah.
Okay, we're still recording.